In the sinister final days of the Clone Wars, Jedi Master Kukruk and his clone troopers were forced to make an emergency landing on the distant moon of Bogdan 3, which also happened to be one of the Jedi's off-world training facilities for Jedi younglings. The younglings were beyond excited to meet the clone troopers, as most looked up to them as heroes, but things quickly took a turn for the worse when the chilling call for Order 66 was given and the clones were forced to commit unspeakable actions against the younglings. So before we get into it, make sure to slice the subscribe button in half with your lightsaber and let me know what color lightsaber you would pick down below. So the story begins 2.5 days before the terrifying call for Order 66 was issued to all clone troopers on the remote world of Saleucami. The clone troopers of the Republic are going about their business, repairing their vehicles, and are completely unassuming, oblivious to what is about to occur in 2 short days. Masters Kukruk and Sian Jayzel are telling Quinlan Vos and his apprentice Aayla Secura that they have been dispatched to the Outer Rim world of Mygeeto to assist Ki-Adi-Mundi and Bakara's forces there before asking them where they are headed. Quinlan Vos quickly responds to Master Kukruk, eerily letting him know that Aayla is being sent to Felucia and that he is being sent to Boz Pity before moving to Kashyyyk. Felucia is of course the location of Aayla Secura's brutal death at the hands of Commander Bly, and Kashyyyk is where Quinlan Vos just barely managed to escape with his life. And for the last time ever, Aayla and her master wish the others well before setting off to Felucia and Boz Pity. And at the end of the story, let me know who you think the bravest of the Jedi were and who was your favourite in the story. Following this, Master Kukruk and his clone troopers ready their fleet immediately and set a course for Mygeeto, zooming out of the thick atmosphere of the planet below. Kukruk's captain then quickly arrives to inform his general that the fleet will be jumping to hyperspace in only moments, but only seconds after he does this, a separatist cruiser emerges from the shadows of a nearby moon, causing Kukruk to mobilize his men immediately. An intense dogfight then begins in the space above the fleet, but the Jedi Master understands that there are simply too many separatist forces for his men, ordering them to target the bridge of the cruiser at full speed with all of their firepower. This tactic allows his men to horrifically destroy the separatist cruiser's bridge before rapidly sending his own fleet into hyperspace with only moments to spare. Master Jayzel is relieved at the situation, telling her master, "That was quick thinking. I didn't think it was going to work. The Force was with you." Her master, however, wisely responds, "Yes, but sometimes you just get lucky." And Master Kukruk is quickly forced to add to his statement, saying, "You also get unlucky," as his fleet is swiftly ripped out of hyperspace and sent plunging towards the rocky surface of the Bogdan system, surprisingly managing to land safely on the moon Bogdan 3. This is also incredibly symbolic, as the moons of Bogdan are also the true birthplace of the Clone Wars if you think about it, as Darth Tyrannus recruited Jango Fett on one of these moons. As Master Kukruk's ship lands on the dusty surface of Bogdan 3, the Jedi younglings along with their master joyfully rush towards the ship's platform, excited to greet their new guests. Once the Jedi eventually step off their ship, they are greeted by Master Duman, the head Jedi of the training facility on Bogdan 3 and the leader of the Hawkbats. Immediately after this, the faces of the children light up with glee and even some confusion as they see a group of soldiers marching down the ramp. The young Jedi are so excited to see their war heroes march onto their planet, with one exclaiming, "Look, soldiers!" and another quizzically pointing towards the captain saying, "That one's a captain." Another youngling then points to a massive burned out blaster hole in one of the troopers' chest plates, saying, "Did that happen in the war? Did you get it fighting a droideka?" The trooper is confused at the amount of attention that he's getting and quickly tells the young Jedi that he only got it from a regular battle droid. Master Duman then wrangles the children to bring them back inside before asking for a status report on the war from Jayzel. She also notes that the younglings were supposed to be brought back to Coruscant several days ago, but because of the attack on the capital by General Grievous, Master Yoda warned them to remain in the current location for their safety. And of course, we saw the Battle of Coruscant in Revenge of the Sith. The group then quickly move inside, where they enjoy a massive Jedi feast, before the younglings are tasked with packing up the plates and cleaning the place up. Master Jayzel then asks her captain if he enjoyed the massive increase in food from his usual rations, but the captain humbly says, "Rations do me just fine, General." Master Kukruk then offers to give his men a night of rest because they had been working so hard in the previous months, but the captain says that the war is nearing its end and his men certainly do not want to miss out on that. Kukruk is intrigued by this, but does agree that he has seen more than enough of the war and says that he would be very pleased if he never has to raise his saber ever again. The general then once again tells his captain that even rest is part of their duty to the Republic. The captain accepts this and places his helmet firmly back onto his head, but refuses to stop working, telling his general, "But if it's all the same, we'll get back to work, sir." Really shows you just how hard these brave men worked for the Republic and how committed to the war effort they were before it all went downhill. Moments later, General Kukruk is silently relaxing while the Jedi younglings are having the time of their lives, talking to the clone troopers and inspecting their helmets. While this is happening, however, the chilling order is delivered by Chancellor Palpatine himself, instructing the clone troopers to execute Order 66. The captain is shocked by this request, wondering how the Jedi could betray the Republic. Furthermore, the captain is so shocked he asks, "Even the younglings?" Palpatine then gives him the authority to execute the younglings in cold blood, raising their weapons and pointing their metallic barrels directly at the children. The instant this happens, Master Kukruk flies into a vicious, vengeful rage as he ignites his emerald green lightsaber and brutally shreds his own men to pieces. Every Jedi in the building is extremely confused by the situation, but realize that they must keep blocking blaster shots at all costs. Master Duman then leaps in front of her Jedi younglings, placing her own life between that of the clones' blasters and the children, ragefully blocking each bolt as they zoom through the air. The younglings are absolutely terrified at this point and are shaking in fear and disbelief, but Master Duman manages to push the clone troopers back with the Force, allowing the younglings to rush outside of the building to make their escape. Tragically, Master Duman is filled with a scorching bolt of energy, ending her life on the spot, ultimately for the greater good, as she is given a path of safety to the children. This action sends Master Kukruk into the deepest rage he has ever felt, and leads him to furiously leap into the air with anger, roaring as he viciously stabs his own clone troopers right through the beating heart. Kukruk even further descends into madness, almost transitioning from a sentient being to a mindless beast controlled only by his anger. With this rage and fury, he slices the heads of his men off and firmly orders the younglings to sprint to safety out of the door as fear rushes through their minds. Master Kukruk and the children then rush past the clone troopers stationed outside, attempting to reach safety, and Master Jaizel makes the incredibly brave decision to stay behind and hold off the clone troopers. She knows that she will not make it out alive, but is willing to make this sacrifice to protect the Jedi younglings. Master Jaizel then uses her green-bladed lightsaber in combination with her incredible hand-to-hand combat ability to valiantly hold the clones back, but the hordes keep coming, and eventually one storms forward holding a thermal detonator. Master Kukruk looks back for one final time as he sees Master Jaizel brutally killed in the blast, along with many of his loyal clones. Incredibly, one of the younglings demands that the group go back for Jaizel, but Master Kukruk tells her the tragic news that Jaizel is not coming home. Eventually, the entire group managed to board their escape ship safely, with the entire Jedi settlement on the surface below degraded to rubble and a flaming pile of cinder, as everyone on board wonders how things could change this fast. So many questions and only one answer. Kukruk is barraged by the younglings with countless questions, and that one answer is, of course, "I'm sorry, younglings, but I just don't know." So that is the story of the clone troopers who horrifically executed Order 66 on Jedi younglings at the Jedi encampment on the third moon of Bogdan. Thanks so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe for more. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.